Go in the video description and download Blender Image Bakery, an add-on made by P2OR. Press download zip and save the file where you want. Extract the zip and then open Blender Preferences, install the Python add-on. Activate it, and then also activate the Node Wrangler add-on, which is an add-on that you find inside Blender. Switch the render engine from Eevee to Cycles and switch from GPU to CPU. Disable Direct and Indirect from the bake menu if you are planning to use diffuse as a bake method, but my main suggestion is to switch to emit. It's the best method to bake all the textures. As you can see, this is a random model with a random procedural material. Unwrap your model if you didn't unwrap. In my case, I just use SmartUV project, since, come on, it's just a random shitty model. Then create a new texture, set the size, set the name of the texture, and disable also the alpha channel, we don't need it. Then save the texture inside your PC and select PNG or JPEG. Make sure that the color space is sRGB for all the textures that you are going to make. Okay, I wanna bake the color map, so shift Ctrl click to the last node of the color map, then create an image texture node and also create a UV map node. In this node, set up your UVs. Make sure if you have multiple UVs to select the correct UV. Open the texture that you saved before. This is a placeholder texture, so later we are going to delete it. Set min samples and max samples with the same value. In my case, I wanna bake only 4 frames. To check out the bake progression, I'm going to Window, toggle System Console. Before baking, select the model and the placeholder texture, and then click Animate Bake. And as a magic trick, you have your procedural texture animated outside of Blender. Delete the placeholder texture. The placeholder texture is the texture without a number. The process for baking metallic, specular, and ruggedness map are completely the same as the color map. The only exception is for the normal map. There are only 2 differences. When you create the normal map texture, make sure to disable the alpha and enable 32-bit float and name it as Bake Normals. After that, save the texture in your PC and make sure to select non-color as color space. Remember that, as before, this is a placeholder texture, we are going to delete it later. Now create an image node texture and open the placeholder texture that you saved before and set the color space as non-color. And then, as we did before for the color map, add your UV node and set up your UVs. This time in the bake section, change the bake type from emit to normal. The last node of your normal map should be this bump node, with height as input socket. And now just select your model and the placeholder texture. Then you can proceed with the baking operation. Now you can delete your placeholder texture, which is the texture without a number, and as you are seeing, all normals are correctly exported outside of Blender. This is an example of what happens if you export your texture with emit as bake type, so be careful, check all the settings before exporting. This is the end of the video. I hope I was useful in some ways. Please consider to support me on YouTube and Instagram. These are some of my works, so if you like them, feel free to drop a little follow. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.